All right, so there's guys out there who can't even leave their house without feeling a lot of nervousness and some anxiety, right? And maybe say a salesman shows up at their door, they won't even be able to say no to the salesman, and then after that conversation is over, they'll beat themselves up for over it, like, oh my god, I couldn't even say no, that's so pathetic. And these guys don't get anywhere. Whereas there's other guys out there who seem to just be chilling, being themselves, and they seem to be winning in every aspect of life. I'm going to talk about the difference here specifically. I'll talk about why you feel so awkward and never have anything to say. I'll share my experience on the matter, of course, because this is how I felt for a long time, right? And part of it is due to my struggles with anxiety. I struggle with anxiety to this day, but I'm in a lot better situation mentally than I used to be, right? So I really hope the things that I've learned along the way will help you out. And without further ado, let's dive into it. I remember clearly, it was my first day of college, right? And I go to sit down, and I have a partner beside me, is some guy, and there's these two girls behind us, right? And I thought they were attractive. And at that point, like, I had an absolute horrific dating life. I didn't know any of this stuff. I felt like, clearly I was doing something wrong because my dating life sucked. So I looked up online. It's like, oh, how to socialize properly, how to like talk to girls, etc., etc. Right. So when it came time, I think we paired up with them for like a project or something. And when it came time to talk to them, I was all up in my head. Oh my god, what should I do now? Oh, what should I say? What did that website say? Oh, I gotta have my alpha body language and all this. And honestly, all this stuff borderline short circuited my brain, and it was just this constant overthinking that didn't help whatsoever. Right. This leads me to the first point. One of the main reasons why I felt so awkward, right, was because I wasn't able to just let go. Right. I feel like the self improvement stuff way overcomplicates something as simple as a human interaction, which we've been having for fucking decades, right? And they're like, oh no, you got to know this technique and you got to do this. So buy my course on how to socialize properly. Like, no, take that thought, throw it way out the window. We don't listen to those people. They put a train of thought on us that doesn't serve us whatsoever. And look, all that stuff, like, oh, this technique and this alpha body language, all that, at least for me, it hurt a lot more than it helped. Right now, of course, there's some common sense things like you want to make eye contact and that, like, of course, but I feel like we just intuitively know that, or we know that from observing how other people have conversations, right? Truly, we don't need all these, oh, this course and this technique. Like, no, take that, take all that, throw it way out the window, way out the window, right? And just letting go of that and just taking a deep breath and allowing myself to be myself has helped a lot in terms of me allowing me to express my genuine self and feeling less awkward and feeling less like I have nothing to say. Now, the next thing that really helped me, right? This is one of the major mindsets that has helped me to put myself out there a lot more, because ultimately that's what it comes down to, right? More or less. In my experience, it's we always have something to say, right? What I mean by that is, say you're in a conversation, you always have an opinion, or you have some joke you want to crack, or something you want to say. In a dating situation, you always know, okay, that's a person I find attractive. I want to ask them out. We intuitively, either intuitively, consciously, or unconsciously, we know these things, right? But there's this barrier that prevents us from putting ourselves out there. And usually, or at least for me, that barrier was because I was so afraid of like rejection and being disliked and these things, right? Which is why I would constantly hide in my shell rather than expressing myself. And the main mindset, I've shared this in earlier videos, I'll share it again, because again, this truly is the mindset that's helped me the most, is whether someone loves you or whether someone hates you is of equal importance, which is ultimately little to no importance, right? A lot of how people perceive us is due to their own biases, their own backgrounds, all that stuff, right? And that also stands true for whether someone loves you, right? Like, people will love you because they find you very relatable if you come from similar backgrounds, things like these, right? Just one example off the top of my head, right? So once you're able to, and I understand this is very hard to do, and I'm not saying this will like fix everything. It's not like ever since I have this mindset, I go out in social situation and I'm like totally confident and all that. I still feel the anxiety. I still feel all that. But say, just to give an example to drive the point home, say I want to crack a joke, right? Previously, I would have been like, oh, I don't know, this sounds stupid. And then I'd be all up in my head and feel awkward and feel like I have nothing to say. But now I'm like, okay, whether someone loves me or whether they hate me is of equal importance, which is no importance at all. So that factors into my decision making less. Now it's not about, oh, whether this joke will be funny or will people laugh. It's more so like, oh, whether they like me or not, it doesn't really matter. So, here's this joke, and then I'll go ahead and say it. And again, this isn't some technique to like make everyone like you and never feel anxious again. Not like this, right? That's not the point here. But the point is to allow ourselves to overcome this hump, and I'm very familiar with that hump, where we're constantly just staying in our shell because we're so afraid of rejection and vulnerability, right? And if you're able to adopt this mindset again, whether someone loves you or hates you is of equal importance, right? Which is ultimately very little importance. If you're able to adopt that mindset, you'll be willing to put yourself out there a lot more, or at least that was my experience. Now I'm able to put myself out there a lot more, even doing stuff like making these videos, right? Every single time I make a video, even right now, like I feel anxious, I feel nervous, but this is a normal feeling, yet I still do it because I know it, whether I get likes or dislikes is of equal importance, and that helps me. It's like a little mental hack that helps me, right? And the last thing I want to end this video off by saying is nothing beats action. At the end of the day, your brain will play tricks on you saying, oh my God, in order to be less awkward, now you got to read this book. Now you got to read, watch these 10 videos before you can put yourself out there. Like, no, no. At least for me, these were all defenses I had put up because I was so scared of putting myself out there. Oh, I can't put myself out there yet. I have to do this first. Like, no, you don't. Right? Go do it. Put yourself out there. Again, like I said, the problem very rarely seems to be that we don't have anything to say, because whenever people are having conversations, there's always things going on in your mind. Oh, this is what I would say, or this is so that's always there. So the problem is not so much not having anything to say. It's more so getting over that hump of, oh my God, if I say this, will people sound stupid? Will people like it? Getting over that hump and allowing true self-expression. And that's the real barrier that at least I've found. And overcoming that is the main goal. And at the end of the day, nothing beats action when it comes to that. Going out, constantly putting yourself out there, getting rejected, shaking it off, and moving forward. That's what really causes a change, not reading 10 different books and all that, right? And at least that's been my experience. So I really hope all that helped out. Now, I just want to end this video off by saying, be kind to yourself throughout this process as well. Look, my background, again, I've felt anxieties, insecurities for goodness, almost my whole life, right? I would say I'm only starting to get to the point of like loving myself, respecting myself. This process only started within the past 5 to 6 months, somewhere along that point. And throughout most of my self-improvement journey, I've been super self-critical, always thinking negatively of myself, always thinking, oh my God, people will never like me, and things I have to say are stupid, and I'm ugly, and I'm not good looking, and like my insecurities ran very, very deep, extremely deep, as deep as my skin color, right? Like I even felt, I won't have success in dating because of my skin color, right? So trust me, my insecurities ran very, very deep, and all I'm trying to invite you to do, I'm not trying to say stop improving. I'm not trying to say like quit self-improvement and just like chill and do nothing all day and just like eat pizza. That's not what I'm saying, right? Stay on the self-improvement journey, but be proud of yourself every single day you show up, and watch how you're talking to yourself, right? Because if you're constantly going to be like, because if you're going to be in this place, right, where you're beating yourself up over every little thing, my experience with that was, okay, I go out to a social situation, maybe it doesn't go exactly as planned, then I beat myself up over that. And then next weekend, it's like there was no winning with me, because if I stayed at home, I would judge myself for that, right? Oh my God, why am I staying at home? I should be going out. And if I would go out, then I judge myself for that. Oh my God, why did I say this? Or this looks stupid, or this, but there was no winning. And I look back at that now, and I realize how counterproductive all that negative thinking, all that constant judgment was, right? And how much better life has been since I've been able to express myself properly. My dating life has improved. My social life has improved, right? And these are things I'm still working on. But all that time I spent judging myself and beating myself up over every little thing was very, very counterproductive, right? Very counterproductive. So I'm just trying to help you avoid that. Again, I'm not trying to say stop improving yourself or anything like that. Keep improving yourself. Keep up with the work, right? Keep up the great work. Hard work always pays off. This will be no exception. Keep up the hard work, but keep it positive throughout the process. Be proud of yourself every single day you show up. And that's it. In due time, you will achieve your goal. Now, I just want you to imagine for a second. Imagine you take this advice, you run with it. You're constantly putting yourself out there, and your dating life is improving day by day by day, right? And more importantly than that, your confidence in yourself is improving day by day by day, because as you've gone through the process, of course it's been painful. You've gone out, you've gone rejected a few times. Things haven't always panned out as maybe you wanted in your mind, but over time you started to draw confidence from within more so than from external approval. And you've also been taking your career seriously, let's say, and your money is now growing day by day by day as well, right? Imagine that. And that's the path you're on. Hey, keep working hard. I believe in you, but what I believe doesn't matter. What you believe matters. So I hope you believe in yourself too. And that's all I got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Ultimately, I want this to be our positive little community where we help each other, support each other, and help each other get to the next level in life. So please come join the community. I'll leave my Instagram, TikTok in the description, also somewhere here. Please do support there as well. Please do like, comment, subscribe, just to be transparent. What I'm trying to do here is I want to grow this channel. I want to take YouTube on full time. I have a good job, it pays well, all that stuff, but the passion is not quite there. And I found myself finding my passion with YouTube and sharing my views, all this good stuff, right? So if you find value in my content, please do like, comment, show support. That'll really help me make this dream a reality. And I'll talk to you later. Peace.